You know something? When you decide to make a trophy-based YouTube channel, there's a few sort of staple videos that you're practically required to make. So I might as well start off with this one. What is gravy, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Yes, we are having a good old trophy video today. So grab yourself a biscuit, get a drink, sit back, put your feet up, and let me tell you 7 platinum trophies I would earn again. If you go on to enjoy this video, then please do hit that like button, and if you're new, consider subscribing. Now let's get to it. Okay, so when I sat down to make this video, there were a few games that almost immediately came to mind. The first of those is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Oh boy, did I love this game. In fact, I'd go so far as to say it's among my all-time favourites. I mean, sure, the gameplay combat isn't all that, but the story and the atmosphere and the world building are just phenomenal. The story is that you are Senua, venturing into hell to rescue a loved one. And the atmosphere of hearing all of these voices around you, the voices in her head, is something else. It really is. On that note, I'd say definitely if you're going to play this, wear headphones. It'll enhance the experience, I promise. And in terms of trophies, it's really pretty straightforward. I mean, there's a few collectibles, and other than that, just finish the game. And that is absolutely something I would do again. Now, the next game on this list is sort of here for similar reasons, meaning while the gameplay might be lacking, the story and world more than make up for it. I am talking about Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Yes, I know walking simulators aren't the most popular type of game ever, but when the world's as full of mystery as the village of Yorton, I just can't resist. You are essentially dropped into this empty world and have to piece together what happened to the previous inhabitants, who have literally all just vanished, leaving behind echoes that sort of fill in the blanks for you. Now, the trophy list is a little bit more involved than the Hellblade one, with some of them having pretty odd requirements. There's one for literally standing at the bar in 2 different pubs and just stand there for a few minutes. Basically the typical British experience, if we're being honest. But it is just such a fun time, it's intriguing as hell, and yeah, just take my word for it. I'd do it twice, you can at least do it once. Right, how about something a little bit more exciting? Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now that is a platinum. The story is obviously incredible, it has one of the most enjoyable combat systems in any game I've played, and it is a remake of one of the greatest JRPGs ever created. The trophies themselves can be a bit of a challenge. You have to finish the game a minimum of 2 times, once on hard mode, which disables item use, which is great fun, and there is also a boss gauntlet that you have to make your way through. In fact, 2 of them, but one of them's a pushover. The second one, on the other hand, whew, that'll do it. That being said, I would definitely do this again without hesitation. And I actually might do, because I auto-popped the PS5 Platinum and that feels kind of cheap. So I might actually do it all again. For nothing. Why do I do this to myself? Okay, this next game might be a bit of a surprise, because it has such a ridiculous grind at the end. But Yakuza Like a Dragon is one of the most bonkers games I've ever played. I absolutely adore it. A classic JRPG in a modern setting, where changing character classes involves taking them to the job centre, and one of the weapon shops is a actual adult shop. You just can't go wrong. As I mentioned, there is a pretty sizable grind towards the end of this game. Basically, you need to max level all your characters. You need to max level multiple classes for each character in order to just make it through the final dungeon. And even then, that final dungeon can absolutely ruin your life. But this is a small price to pay to go through this masterpiece of a game all over again, and I would do it. Absolutely. does that make me a bit crazy? Right, little bit of a left field entry right now. One of the more intriguing games on the list, Subnautica. If you somehow haven't heard of this gem, it is a survival game where you crash land on an aquatic alien planet and must unravel its secrets in order to escape. The sense of discovery and exploration here is almost unparalleled, and while this may not be on the same level going through it a second time, the world is just so beautiful, albeit deadly, that none of this matters. Building a new underwater base, finding new caves to explore, daring to scan new creatures. I would do all of this again. As for the trophies, a lot of them are necessary for finishing the game. You have to find certain places in the map to get information to find the next place, and so on and so forth. There is a couple of miscellaneous ones. You have to hatch an egg that you can find, which is a bit obscure. You might need to look that one up. But trust me, it's such a great game. And if you've ever been curious about survival games like I was, this is a brilliant place to start. Or to go back and do all over again. Penultimate entry now, and this is a bit bleak, but just bear with me, okay? A Plague Tale: Innocence is a dark and at times slightly depressing story about two children trying to survive in a world overrun with rats and an Inquisition-like cult. But it also allows you to experience the growing bond that these siblings have, despite being kept apart for most of their lives, and they actually overcome a hell of a lot. The gameplay is a mixture of stealth, puzzling, and even a bit of combat, quite often involving manipulating the swarms of rats in order to sneak your way past enemies. Now, the trophies can be a bit finicky. There's collectibles, there's chapter-specific missable trophies, and you do actually have to replay some of the game in order to earn enough upgrade materials. But even with all that, the story is just that engaging that I would absolutely do this again. And actually, I've got the PS5 version that I haven't touched. I might actually do that. And creepy crawling their way in at number 7, our final entry for the video, Bugsnax. When this game was first revealed, I never would have been able to guess just how much I was going to end up loving it. Yes, it is ridiculously, absolutely off the wall insane, but it is also brilliant. An eclectic mix of Pokemon and a takeaway, Bugsnax has such an engrossing narrative that has you spending time with the inhabitants of Snaktooth Island, discovering the secrets, and of course, cataloguing all of the Bugsnax. In terms of the platinum, there's trophies for side quests, for finding and capturing all of the Bugsnax, some for even feeding certain Bugsnax to your friends to sort of transform them in some sort of weird Japanese body horror kind of way. See what I'm saying? None of the words that I've said in this section should make sense together, and yet Bugsnax is just great. And that's why I'm going to definitely, possibly, maybe do it again. Or I would do it again. And there you have it. 7 platinum trophies I would absolutely do again. If there's any games that you would love to platinum again, let me know down below in the comments, and I shall catch you all next time.